I've never really believed in paranormal stuff. Ghost stories, haunted houses, all that always felt like exaggerations. But after what happened to me a few months ago, I'm not so sure anymore. It started on a random Tuesday night. I live alone in a pretty quiet neighborhood. Nothing fancy, just a small two-bedroom house that I've rented for about 2 years now. It's not the newest place, creaky floors, thin walls, but I've always liked the peace and quiet. That night, I was lying in bed scrolling on my phone. It was around midnight. I was about to turn off the lights when I heard something. At first, I thought it was the pipes or maybe the wind. Just a faint, muffled sound. But then, I realized it wasn't that. It was a voice, a whisper, coming from inside the wall. I sat up instantly, thinking I must be imagining it. But then I heard it again. A very clear, raspy whisper. I couldn't make out the words at first. It was like someone speaking through layers of drywall. I leaned closer to the wall, right next to my bed. My heart was pounding so hard it was difficult to focus. And then, I heard it clear as day. I can see you. I swear to God, I nearly fell out of bed. I froze, completely paralyzed. For a moment, I considered whether someone had broken into my house and was hiding in the crawl space or attic. But this was inside the wall. I grabbed the baseball bat I keep by my bed and stood there listening. The whisper continued, but now it was incoherent mumbling. You shouldn't be here. Why did you come? Every hair on my body stood on end. I scanned my room, checking the closet, under the bed, behind the dresser, nothing. I then pressed my ear flat against the wall, trying to pinpoint the location. The voice seemed to be moving, slowly, from one side of the wall to the other, like it was crawling. At this point, my brain was racing. Could someone actually be living inside the walls? I've read those crazy Reddit threads about people finding strangers living in their attics. But this was different. There was no crawl space between that wall and anything else. On the other side was just my bathroom. Trying to calm down, I turned on every light in the house and checked every room. I even went outside to check around the exterior walls, looking for any sign of tampering. Nothing. But when I came back inside, the whisper started again. Don't look? This time it was louder. Closer. My breathing turned shallow. I didn't know what to do. Call the cops. What would I even tell them? Hey, there's someone, whispering in my wall. But before I could even reach for my phone, something happened that shook me to my core. 3 distinct knocks. From inside the wall. Right behind my head. I jumped back so fast I knocked over my nightstand. The knocks were followed by this slow, dragging sound, like nails or fingers scraping along the wooden beams behind the drywall. At that point, survival instincts kicked in. I grabbed my keys, ran outside, locked the door, and sat in my car with the engine running. I didn't care what it was. I wasn't going back inside that night. I called a friend who lived 15 minutes away and explained, probably sounding half insane. He told me to come over, so I did. I didn't sleep at all that night. The next morning we came back together. It was broad daylight, and nothing seemed unusual. No sounds. No voices. Everything was exactly how I'd left it, except one thing. In my bedroom, on the wall where I heard the voice, there were 3 small holes, each about the size of a fingertip, in a perfectly straight line. Holes that definitely were not there before. I got a flashlight and tried to look inside. But it was dark. Too dark to see anything. I tapped around the drywall and realized that section of the wall sounded hollow. A few days later, I called a contractor to come check it out, pretending like it was water damage. When they cut open the drywall, there was nothing there. Just empty space between the studs, clean insulation, and beams. Nothing unusual. But the contractor did mention something strange. He pointed to one of the wooden studs and asked if I had any pets. I said no. He then showed me what looked like deep scratch marks, fresh ones. Long, thin, and uneven, as if someone had been dragging their nails down the wood. I didn't know what to say. The whispering hasn't come back since that night. I still live here, though I sleep with the TV on and music playing in the background, anything to drown out the silence. But sometimes late at night, when everything is quiet, I swear I can still hear it. I can see you.